Narcissist wants to convince you that your reactions to their actions are the problem.
When you're in these relationships, they will try to convince you that your reaction to their abuse is the problem. This is something that you have to understand about abusers. They're unable to draw the connection between their behavior and your reaction to their behavior. And that's because they justify their behavior because of how they feel. And if you're new to my page, my name is Jackie, and I'm giving real examples of emotional abuse so that you can spot them in your relationships. I had circular conversations with my ex over how he spoke to me. When he was upset with something that I said or did, or something that I didn't say or do, he would bring it up in one of two ways: from a place of rage or from a place of passive aggression. So when it was rage, it was, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why the fuck would you say that? Do you even care about me? Why do you have to be such a bitch? Told you not to fucking do that. It was yelling, it was swearing, it was name calling, all of which was done to intimidate and dominate the conversation. When it was passive aggression, it was critical digs and one-word answers, looking at me with a glare. And when I would ask what was wrong, he would say nothing. It was slamming things around, like the energy was so thick. And so my reaction to either scenario would be, I'm not going to communicate with you when you're speaking to me like that. It's disrespectful. So when you're ready to speak with me in a respectful way, we can have a conversation. But until then, I'm going to remove myself from this situation. He would immediately try to convince me that my reaction to his behavior was wrong. He would say, you always do this. You always make me the problem. You refuse to address what made me mad and instead focus on how I communicated it. And then what made me mad gets brushed under the rug. You always flip it around and make it about you. He was unable to see how his method of communication, i.e. abusive communication, was a problem because he felt he was justified in communicating that way. He was angry, so he should be able to express his anger in any way that he wants. I see this so much in my comments. I see men say, well, what did you do to cause him to be so mad? Him being mad isn't the issue. Everyone is allowed to be mad when they're mad. Him failing to communicate his anger in a respectful way is the issue. Because when you yell, swear, talk down, belittle someone, you're not just being disrespectful, you're being verbally abusive. And your anger doesn't justify that. If you can't see that nuance, then you're operating from entitlement. Because I know damn well that if I were to speak to him that way, there would be hell to pay. Because abusive people have double standards and they justify their behavior because they are entitled. So they try to convince you that your reaction to their abuse is the problem.